Johnny Taylor made that $2 could get you a bus ride, hot dog, shit, 4 gallons worth of gas, and a pack of gum. $2. You take a bitch on a date for $2 back then. Let's start with this. This was crazy. Did you see this shit after the game? This Chuck was
Hey,
talking
fucking with Chuck, yeah.
shit. Chuck was talking shit about the Warriors.
Yeah, Chuck is trying to hop in that crowd.
Wow. They slapped Chuck in the face with a wow. Sit down, Chuck.
Chuck, sit down, no. Come on, Chuck. Sit down.
Dumbass down, Chuck.
Sit down, Chuck. Sit down,
They
Chuck.
beat your fair ass, man. Roll you away, man. Come on, stop, man.
Chuck a big nigga.
Yeah, I know, man.
If he would have let that motherfucker, he old, man, but shit. That cup probably gonna fuck somebody up, but he would have had to fuck everybody up. But shit, he got Shaq with him. Kenny ain't gonna do nothing. Kenny knock knees. He just don't look like a fighter to me, man. This dude just looked funny. Hold on, wait.
Under arrest, accused of hitting and killing a bicyclist and then leaving
This
the
ain't
scene.
funny.
Police say Fernando Ramos was driving a pickup truck on Saturday.
Man, this is a real person.
Man, stop, man.
Is that a real person?
No, that's not. That cannot be real, man.
What? I seen this picture. I said, "What the fuck? Is this for real? This is a real news story."
Year-old George Cooper, who was riding the bike. The wreck happened
That dude died.
Trail and Beloit Road in Buckeye.
Yeah, he hit and ran. This motherfucker outran the police. I guess. Shit. I don't see
Damn,
how.
man. Why does he look like that, man?
I don't know. His chin and his jaw and his neck. It's all one motion.
Deputies pulled over Ramos about 9 miles away and took him into custody. They say Ramos was not impaired.
His name is Ramos too. The dude that did the fucking shooting at what's name at the school. His name was Ramos. These last $2, I'm not gonna lose. This bitch got a little, and he got a little hand too. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, why though, man? What is wrong with people?
It's New York. It's all in New York.
They ain't paying a nigga no attention. Scared that poor lady, man.
Oh my God.
He could call the police on your ass and shit. I looking into his apartment.
So it's just roosters rocking around in New York.
I thought it was a chicken, nigga. I'm glad you cleared that up.
I think it is chicken though, honestly.
The sunroof is open. The seats are covered in snow.
You know the difference between a chicken and a rooster?
God.
Nothing crazy going on at all. Just regular New York City situations, though.
Yeah. Doodle-doo? Oh, hell no. What the fuck?
Are you cable or satellite?
This nigga said, are you cable or satellite?
What? Why?
It's mental health, man. Hey, what the fuck is... Hey,
what is that, man? Yeah, right, bro.
Hey, man, it's a real mental health problems in New York, man. Hey, I love New York. I want to go. Still want to go.
No way. No.
Ain't no way, man.
How
What
the
is
fuck did
that,
they do
man?
that?
Kiddo, I'll give you this toy to 5.
Hey, man. If that shit was real, I'm mad as fuck at Santa Claus, nigga, because this nigga did not bring that second Genesis, bro.
6 to grab whatever you want if you get this question right. Another one. What's 9 times 9 plus 10?
This nigga asked the same question.
Correct. 5.
You fail.
He get,
3,
he went back there to get what he wanted.
2. That's what I'm saying. 2. All right, he got some Jeff and some rice. 2.
Some chips, nigga.
And
Get some juice for me. Some cookies.
come on. 1.
What the fuck?
We're in the multiverse. We are in the fucking multiverse. You watched that Spider-Man?
Nah, man, I don't get into it.
So you ain't seen none of the superhero movies.
I seen the first X-Men when it came out.
Damn.
I seen Spider-Man 1 and 3
With Tobey Maguire in it.
with Tobey Maguire.
You know he's
And
in this one. They
that's
brought Tobey
about
back.
I think that's about it. I seen Deadpool if that count.
That ain't Spider-Man, nigga. That's Deadpool.
It's Marvel.
Oh, my bad. I got you. Yeah, that count.
That's about it though, man. I haven't seen none of the Avengers, none of the Hawks. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know they got the She-Hulk about to come out. And like a bunch of nerdy guys are like going crazy over She-Hulk.
Yeah, I bet they're getting out bricked up.
They want their nuts crushed, I guess. I don't know what the fuck. Hulk smash.
Happy holidays, Mr. Mayor, Governor. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying your Christmas too and your holidays.
Oh yeah. You see the Kool-Aid man?
Oh.
The Kool-Aid man was sexual, man. He came through busting through walls, talking about, oh yeah, man, that shit was I know what the fuck.
I'm walking home minding my business.
Surfing Kool-Aid.
Keep it free.
How the fuck you get up there?
What the Oh, nah, my boy, what you doing up there? Can't get down, huh?
I be sometimes.
He got them 11s on. He got to. Suede sixes. Run for your lives, humans, or spread a disease. That's fucking funny.
What the
Get
fuck?
that. This nigga dropped it low.
On the opposite side of the highway in the Hudson River. We got a man in the opposite side of the highway in the Hudson River.
Why you snitching?
This
Yeah,
man
you definitely snitching, man.
on the opposite side of the highway.
You drive, fool. He knows he on the opposite road. Motherfuckers be meddling too much. He gonna cause an accident looking at this nigga.
Show him again. Good.
Let the boy eat his fries, man. Trying to have that boy dance while he see he hungry.
Nah, he was
Let me entertain you, nigga. I'm hungry.
he wanted a dance contest with dude, man. He was scared though. He said throw a fry at him. White boy music. I mean, what happened to that disease, man?
What, Ebola?
Remember last year was a disease going around and shit.
Was it Ebola?
Mm.
Was it
Shit ain't
Ebola?
going nowhere.
I thought it started with a C.
Corona.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
did, man. That
think it
shit
was
ain't
that.
going nowhere.
Corona.
What happened to that?
I still out.
Is it?
Yeah, he is.
Uh,
Yeah. I still wear my mask most of the time.
all I know is school shootings right now. That's all I know. It's mass shootings. That's all I. That's all the news been talking. Ain't the news ain't said nothing about that disease that was going around
I'm still around.
last year.
Corona.
I ain't heard nothing about it. That's crazy. How shit could just disappear with the news just stop talking about it. You think the same thing could happen with racism? Maybe not. That's wishful thinking.
Yo, what the
What happened?
what the what the
Oh shit.
yo, what the
Nigga, we living in a motherfucking simulation. Nigga, watch this shit. This shit was crazy.
What was
yo,
that?
yo, what yo,
That's
what
crazy.
That was crazy. What the fuck was
what
lighting it
the
up?
yo, what the
Hey,
Hey,
look.
man.
You see what it say? It said most replayed. Yeah, I'm replaying the shit out this.
yo, what the
That's weird.
Like, somebody just cut the lights off.
what the
Hey, Brian.
Yes, sir.
I gotta make a run, man. I gotta run to the store real quick, man.
All right. Yep. So I'll
Yeah.
probably still be here.
All right.
All right. That's one way to get it done. Fuck it.
God.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Gotta get my steps in. The fuck is that? A couch? Bad boy. Oh man, no.
Police.
I want to visit New York. I don't know if I want to live in the motherfucker, but definitely want to visit. Man, y'all see that Brandy had some bars for Jack Harlow, man. Hold up. Jack Harlow said he didn't know if Brandy and Ray J was brothers and sisters. I don't know why that pissed Brandy off. And she's 43 years old right now, which is I'm gonna talk about that number. All right. Oh yeah, the Dallas Mavericks lost. I was wrong. I take my L with Dallas. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you win some, you lose some. I'm still gonna do a prediction video. I think the Celtics should still make it to the finals. I kind of figured they was gonna lose this last game because Draymond Green got on national TV and said, "Yeah, we're gonna play the Celtics." So boom, of course the Heat win the next game. That was a
And
dick
reaching
move.
for the crown, you might get a handful of thorns, or maybe you just wanna be down. I put on for my women, boss chicks and kings, put respect on my name. I was here before memes, skinny jeans and dope fiends, high on lean. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is world famous, one of the greatest living legend. Did I mention my resume is amazing? The game need a breath of fresh air, and I'm breathtaking. Painted pictures, Cinderella scriptures, but that don't mean jack in the streets. Jack of all trades, now I'm here, jack of the beats. Queen's canceled, but you could never cancel a queen. Crown concrete stone, an angel in disguise of Rome, the earth god like the son of Jehovah's own. I bear witness to my second coming. 100 miles and running, still getting money from Mo to the I overdone it. Over 20 years and I'm still a topic. A picture's worth a million, now I'm feeling dropping. 43 and feeling like a kid with millions watching. Popular, but now I'm popping shit for those out of pocket. I went diamond, guess I'm still a gold mine shining. This black excellence at its finest. Don't call me Brandy no more, call me your highness. Built tougher than my...
I call you Maurice. That's what I call you. All right, hold on, yeah.
Let's get more about the investigation, including new details about the gunman and the safe security measures in the Uvalde school.
I really don't want to talk about it. I wanted to be on some light shit today, really, man. I want to go a little lighter, man.
Try to influence you through social media and try to tell you what to do, or if you post
Trying to
something
catch a
that's like
vibe.
positive on
Trying
Instagram,
to
it
catch a
gets taken
frequency.
down if it's not a part of a bigger agenda. You know, that's like mind control. That's the echo chamber that's trying to control you based off of incentivizing you and based off of you getting enough likes. And that's the poison that's happening with social media. The worst thing, the way I feel like when people try to tell me what to do, I feel like they're touching my brain. People on social media, people
He said he feel like they touching his brain. Hold on, I got something to show you, man. Let this keep on playing though, but I do got something to
trying
show
to
you. He
control
said
us
he
and
feel
say
like they
that we
touching
make
his
us all
brain.
monolithic.
Wait a minute. I want to just check out some crazy shit today.
I just want to talk about mind control.
I got a video coming
You
up
know, when
about
people try to
probably do that
influence you
Monday.
through social media and try to tell you what to do, or if you post something that's like positive or
Gonna get real metaphysical Monday. Metaphysic Monday. Metaphysics on Monday. If I can say it.
Instagram, it gets taken down if it's not a part of a bigger agenda. You know, that's like mind control. That's the echo
The butterfly come out the cocoon. Right, the caterpillar, the cocoon, and the butterfly.
chamber that's trying to control you based off of incentivizing you and based off of you getting enough likes. And that's the poison that's happening with social media. The worst thing, the way I feel like when people try to tell me what to do, I feel like they're touching my brain. People on social media, people trying to control us and say that we make us all monolithic thought, and they're trying to control our mind. They're trying to control my mind. And when someone tries to tell me what to do, tries to tell me what I can wear and not wear, I feel like they're touching my brain. Imagine when you like cut your like skull open and somebody like touch your brain with their hand, how that would hurt you. That's how it hurts me when people try to tell me what to do when I'm going from my heart. Try to tell me what to say. This ain't program. Or try to tell me I'm not talking clear enough. Like I don't clear. I say we doing. Like I've forgotten how to talk not clear because I'm so programmed to talk clear, to sound so proper. That gets in the way of how we really feel. You know, we think so much. You know, you got to.
Oh, let me show you something. Right. Dang, I done lost him. You know it's gonna be commercial. Hold on. No, it wasn't a commercial.
Hey, let me see. You look beautiful, Lindsay. Wearing carrots, Lindsay? Yeah. That's enough.
Paris is a cut.
I'm sorry, Lindsay, what you said? The what? Lindsay Paris is the what? She's a cut? What'd you say? 7 on Paris. Why is Paris a cunt? Why is Paris a cunt? We got you saying a second ago. Tell them 30 days in the tank. Paris is your friend.
See that? She got rid of that little segment.
What you say? The what? Lindsay Paris is the what? She's a cunt?
She did her hand symbol.
What'd you say? 7 on Paris. Why is Paris a cunt? Why is Paris a cunt? We got you saying a second ago. Tell them 30 days in the tank. Paris is your friend. Lindsay loves Paris. Enough.
This bitch on yeah. She on the mind control.
I just question, like, when people get on TV shows and, you know, who all are they doing business with? What are they connected to? What's
Mental
their
health.
agenda? You got people holding other people down.
Hold on, because Kamala just came out. Harris calls for assault weapons ban after back-to-back mass shootings. Because the underlying thing is not the MK Ultra, but the mental health, and drugs is going to be pushed, right? Like I said, the monopoly, man. Drugs is going to be pushed for it. Because, yeah, the gun thing is going to be a thing. These assault weapons. Like I said before, ain't nobody saying they're going to take your pistol away. But the AK-47s and AR-15s, yeah, they about to ban that shit. But mental health, right? The monopoly, man. They say it's J.P. Morgan, but this motherfucker might be Rockefeller, because Rockefeller had a monopoly on the oil, and the oil transferred into big pharma and other industries. Oil controls a lot. J.P. Morgan, yeah, he had the railroad and the banks, but the Standard Oil was running shit. That was the monopoly. And then it transferred. They had to break it up. They had to break it up. They still got they're invested in a whole lot of shit though. From snake oil to hold on, we ain't gonna hold on. Yeah, big pharma and big oil. From snake oil to big money. This was the snake oil salesman was Rockefeller. I think his daddy was a snake oil salesman. But there was a whole lot of symbolism with just that
They want
supermarket.
y'all all to be, you know, just mind control. It's like a modern day psychological, like Ayn Rand control thing. Like, one of the things they do, like, as soon as you get money, they make you buy a house. Like, I got this house, it's never finished. Like, the house is just never finished. It's just costing money after money after money. It's like this big plot. And like, yo, I'm really doing this because, like, I went to go buy my publishing from Sony ATV, and they said it's $8 million, $9 million. And when I went to buy it, they told me no, I couldn't buy my publishing. They told me I have the money to buy my publishing, and they told me that I couldn't buy my publishing. And It's like the control. Like I can't say what I want to say on SNL. Then I can't say what I want to say. The thing is, let me change that. I will positive energy into the universe. We will say what we feel, not what we're programmed to think. We will say what we feel. We will do what we feel. We will do what we feel. We will do what we feel. We will say what we feel. We will say. You see, I did that as a mantra. I did it multiple times. And then you'll get like, man, I'm not worried about any type of blog or social media. Y'all already saw it was a lie. Social media told you that Hillary was going to win and she didn't win. Social media told you that people didn't like me, but everybody loves me. Everybody loves Ye. So don't get it gassed up when you hear too much other stuff on the radio. That's all programming. It's all part of the system. It's all part of a system to control your mind, to control my mind, to make me look like I'm crazy to you. I am not crazy.
Yo, shout out to Stranger Than Fiction, man. I'm down about to watch this, man. This shit's kind of good. Just want to show that little part. Now I'm interested. And plus, it's Memorial Day weekend, man. Ain't nothing going on.
Please welcome the one and only Kanye West. Look at that. Look at that. That does sound advanced. Now, are you done or will you have more children? Do you want more children?
Maybe.
Does Kim want more children?
Perhaps.
That's not what she said.
That's what she said?
Yeah, she doesn't want more.
Okay.
But you want more?
Let's see what happens.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Nothing. I mean, that's really thoughtful. Because you're so creative, you must have all these ideas and just look forward to like events so that you can do that. Do you ever do things just for the hell of it and it's not an event, not a birthday or a Mother's Day?
I think when you're in love, every day should be Mother's Day. Every day should be like a birthday.
There you go. And you're also very, very open-minded. No, you can't say that.
Yeah.
What do you say? Put some dope with it. Just give me one example. Just what the idea is, because maybe somebody watching will give you the money.
Well, we're in a renaissance period. We're in a place where people are like multidisciplined artists, like Steve McQueen that directed 12 Years a Slave. He was considered to just be a photographer, but then he won an Oscar. We're not in a place where people can only have one career, one profession throughout their entire life. So the exact amount of emotion and color palette and sonics and everything that I put into my music, I put them into the shoes, and they worked. You know, people never write, Kanye's pissing everybody off. Kanye's making so much. They try to position it through the media in some way that I'm like, whatever your friends might say. You know, so we saw Kanye. How was he? Did he like? But I care about people. I care about.
What do you say? Put some dope with it. Just give me.
What I can do, and it's a new, speaking third person, it's a new Kanye West that you're going to see that's going to be better because of this mental health situation. It's going to be better because of this TMZ situation. And Don is actually, he's actually in town right now because I just told him I need him to be there for me so shit like this don't happen to me. Because
Yo, son.
I got to return to her.
I think it's
That's what family's for.
I watched the
You came home.
there's a documentary on Netflix about the young Kanye when he was coming up and
Music is a
shit.
real outlet for you, Kanye. Like if you couldn't press record, it's not about us hearing it. It's about actually making it.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I'm so blessed and so privileged because think about people that have
Turn it down.
mental issues that are not Kanye West that can't go and make that and make it feel like it's all good. Think about somebody that does exactly what I did at TMZ and they just do that at work, right? But then Tuesday morning they come in and they lost their job.
Yeah, bro.
And they can't go back and make that. That's why God put that on me at age 40. I never been diagnosed until I was like 39 years old and stuff. So put that on me as
What do you mean by diagnosed?
Diagnosed with a mental condition. Yeah.
And I think, does everyone have something?
I think everybody got something. I think everybody got something. But like I said, on the album, I said it's not a disability, it's a superpower.
And when you,
A year and a half after I got out the hospital, and I would go to Amoeba record store and I just start chopping up samples. It's very therapeutic because I wasn't full yet. I don't know if I'm
Let me do something right quick.
Better or worse, whatever. But it was therapeutic just to listen to those songs and sample and go back to being 14 years old in my mom's house. I feel like you avoided this album title.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I mean what it says right here on the
I hate
title.
being bipolar. It's awesome. I have a theory about you, so tell me if this is correct. I feel like you feel like being bipolar is part of what makes you brilliant, part of what makes you you, and you embrace it.
Yeah, I think that's another one of those things where people are like, how are you going to talk about it? The funny thing is, this is something I was like on the internet before. It was kind of funny, but it's not an opposite. It's not I hate being bipolar. It's awesome. It's actually, it drives more of how you really feel. It doesn't do an opposite thing. So I think it's important for us to have conversations about, open conversations about mental health, especially with me being Black, because we never had therapists in the Black community. We never approached like taking medication. And I think it's good that when I had my first complete blackout at age 5, my mom didn't fully medicate me because I might have never
22 drop.
Yay. And there's times where at least I'm happy that I know, like even like for this interview, I knew I wanted to stay in a calm state because by the time I got to TMZ, I was ramped up. So what was awesome is that the world got to really experience someone in a ramped up state. And that's when you get these comments that just shoot out, like almost like Tourette's.
Because you have highs and lows. And when you have a high, you're on a roll. When you have a low, you're not.
There's some cases of bipolar where people go low. I'm one that goes high. Like Michelle Obama said.
So you don't have extreme periods of depression?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Because I just say it. I'll say on real TV, like, I thought about killing myself, and then the thought is gone,
Wow. So all people need to do is get on TV. That's really the solution.
What do you say?
No. Sound familiar? Amanda is in a whole heap of trouble with the law lately. She's actually showing shades of a once troubled Lindsay Lohan. I sat down with a poised, impressively mature 21-year-old Amanda Bynes, who explained to me then why she and Lindsay Lohan didn't have much in common at all.
You clearly have your act together. Let me go through my little checklist here. You haven't been to jail?
No.
No jail?
No, not yet.
Rehab? No?
No rehab.
She said not
Man,
yet.
Vines, what
Where
kind
she
of a
was going?
starlet are you?
I know. What's wrong with me? I don't know. It's shocking how it's become popular to go to rehab, right? It's very odd, but I don't know. I guess I would say I'm very lucky. I have a great family, and I just have my eye on the prize, which for me is a long career, and I don't want to blow what I've worked so hard to achieve.
Well, that certainly is the right attitude, and I'm happy to hear you saying that. Yet I know that you must deal with a lot of the same pressures that somebody like Lindsay Lohan does, and you two are the same age. Britney Spears has a lot of pressure as well, and all these stars that we do see getting into trouble. Yet you've really managed to stay away from all that.
I think. See, this is back in 2007. It's like mental health. It ain't went nowhere. It's always been that little underlying thing. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on, but it's starting to focus on that a
That
little
and
bit
not
more.
fall into those traps. Yet I have to imagine you could see where that might be easy to do and why it happens.
Well, I agree.
Did you ever have some bouts of where Katie just didn't want to go on?
Yeah, I wrote a song about it.
Okay.
That's what I guess I do. That's how I process. Is I write songs.
And you get rid of those feelings. Those
Well, yeah.
feelings.
Some of them don't come out fully, and that's why I still do the work.
Which song was that? What lyric comes to your mind?
By the grace of God.
Okay. They're very close to you. They're very close. They're heartfelt.
It's hard, like I say, get on tour.
Okay.
And it's hard because I'm ashamed.
Oh.
Because, of course, Katy Perry's so strong.
I'm talking to Catherine. She's sitting back.
But it's hard because I feel ashamed that I would even have those thoughts, and feel that low or that depressed.
Not that trash music. It's probably that music. Shit. Show must go up. What the fuck was that?
Not allowed in the courtroom. Has no basis whatsoever. Nobody to back it up. Nobody to say it's legit. And why is it being shown? Very curious. They constantly say that she is impaired. I tell you that what you're looking at there is an altar, which is what happens when you use trauma-based mind control. You split the mentality of these people into fractures, like a mirror. And each personality doesn't know the other personality. And what we see in this tape, and we're going to look at one more time, is Anna as a 4-year-old child. You'll notice that she doesn't have any idea of what Howard K. Stern is talking about when he asked her about the mushroom trip. She has no idea what he's talking about when he says this footage will be worth money. And I can tell you straight up right now that this is a 4-year-old girl mentality that you're looking at, and this is her original altar that we're going to witness.
What do you think, Anna? Is she?
I don't want to see it.
You can't move. Look at her move. meditate when you did nothing. You did nothing. Now, sink into the floor. Wait. Sink.
They just said something about Al too. When they've been announcing these aliens, Al went off. Al snapped on the edge. Let's see. No alien Al Roker losed it. UFOs. I wonder if it's a video about it. Nah, it's the same one. Oh, fuck it. Al really be spaced out. Like he under hypnosis.
That could only be the musical stylings of Victor Oladipo. Yeah. Welcome to Inside. Shaq's right there. Kenny's right there.
But it's been a heck of a ride, to be honest. I really can't complain. Yeah, I was kind of I was a little down. I found out I was injured and I had to have surgery again, or with another knee. But at the end of the day, I have amazing teammates. Guys like Draymond, everybody on this team, they come over there,
by putting a very small amount on a water supply. After all of these years of us, those of us who are involved in then looking for this secret drug, this was the only thing that began to look for the first time like it might be something like that.
The CIA's interest in LSD was intense. The worry was that the Russians would get hold of it.
Were the Soviets into LSD? I'm going to have to say I'm sure they were, but if you ask me to prove it, I've never seen any direct proof of it.
Moscow is in the midst of the last hours of summer.
Brainwashing, hypnosis, and even surgical manipulation of the human brain has all been researched thoroughly by the CIA.
To provide an objective record of a subject's behavior, she's filmed before treatment and again after treatment, and the two films placed side by side. Notice how the subject before treatment, in the picture on the right, holds onto the chair as she moves. Notice the difference in posture, the greater effort required to rise from the chair, the longer time needed to complete the simple task.
He would cut the skin, take the skin flap back, roll it back. He would then literally remove the skull, the top part of the skull. The patient all this time is under a local anesthetic, completely conscious.
My own point of view, the most unexpected finding was to discover that a mild electrical current applied to the surface of the brain causes a patient to have a memory from his own past sometimes.
Imagine you cut your skull open and somebody touch your brain with their hand. How that would hurt you.
What in the world were they looking for with the magic mushrooms?
I think the best answer to that is that they were looking for fundamental information on compounds that would be capable of causing changes in behavior, changes in mental attitude,
Did you ever consider what would have happened if any of these substances were given to, say, unwitting people? Oh, I don't remember having considered that specifically. What if you... I trust perhaps you've thought about it. Well, I haven't worried about it. Your question again, what would I have thought had I known that any of these substances would have been given to unwitting persons? You mean a hostile agent of another government? No, I mean that was probably one of the things they had in mind. I mean testing it out on an American citizen.
He can't even lie.
I guess I must seem very, very cold-blooded about this, but I don't recall ever having been very much preoccupied with that issue.
You keep it 100. You keep it 100.
But many drugs were tested in this way. A decision was made at the highest levels of the CIA to do testing on unwitting Americans. As one CIA document says, such testing would be operationally realistic. A former CIA official who worked on these programs describes for the first time how the decision was made. He did not wish to be filmed or recorded. Thus his remarks are read by someone else.
I think every last one of us felt sorry to attempt this kind of thing. We knew we were crossing a line. Every decent kid knows he shouldn't steal, but he does it sometimes. We knew damn well we didn't want anyone else to know what we were doing.
The decision was made to do testing on unwitting victims. It was decided they should be on the fringes of society because they were most vulnerable.
It was the borderline underworld. Prostitutes, drug addicts, and other small-timers would be powerless to seek any kind of revenge in case they found out.
History will judge the role of the CIA and other intelligence agencies in unwittingly contributing to the counterculture of the 60s through their intense interest in LSD and other hallucinogenics. But for the moment at least, the argument can be made that the CIA helped usher in the Age of Aquarius. By far, the most chilling experiments we have uncovered took place at this Gothic estate called Raven's Crag, halfway up Mount Royal in Montreal. It houses the Allen Memorial Institute of Psychiatry of McGill University. It was here that the CIA funded a series of experiments, severe experiments. The work was done by the Institute's then director, Dr. Ewan Cameron. It is the closest experimentation to brainwashing yet disclosed. His work, unprecedented in psychiatry, consisted of three areas which he called sleep therapy, psychic driving, and the ultimate depatterning. Dr. Maurice Dongier, current head of the Allen Memorial Institute.
In his psychic driving, so-called type of therapy, he would give the patient intensive electric treatment in order to make the patient regress deeply, become forgetful, and then he would attempt to implant new ideas in the mind of the patient.
Now, to a layman, it would appear that Dr. Cameron was trying to take the slate and wipe it clean, the slate being the mind. In other words, brainwashing.
Exactly, that's a very good comparison.
The next step was what he called psychic driving. This involved almost endless tape-recorded messages and more drugs for the patient. Cameron wrote that this was the way to make direct control changes in personality. The most severe technique Cameron used was depatterning. He described it as breaking up the existing patterns of behavior by means of intensive electroshock therapy with prolonged periods of sleep. He carried out these experiments in something he called the sleep rooms. But documents clearly show that the CIA was attempting to develop agents over whom they had as much control as possible. Agents who would perform tasks contrary to their own good.
Normally conditioned American who's been trained to kill and then to have no memory of having killed. His brain has not only been washed, as they say, it has been dried clean.
Is a Manchurian
Impressed.
candidate, controlled by others, to do things against his will, possible?
I would say the answer is yes, but there are many qualifications to that.
Dr. Milton Cly, a psychologist, a clinical and experimental hypnotist, and unpaid consultant to the CIA.
The qualifications would be the subject selected to produce the kind of behavior that you wish, the amount of time, the procedures that are utilized, and the motivations of the people who are designing, executing, and administering the procedures. You're asking whether an individual can be, under hypnosis, influenced, coerced, persuaded, shaped to perform an antisocial act, or a destructive act, or an act of violence. My answer would be yes.
Cameron used this combined sleep electroshock treatment on patients as long as 30 days. One patient he kept asleep for 65 days. Cameron retired, and his successor, Dr. Robert Cleghorn, ordered a follow-up study on the patients treated with Cameron's de-patterning method.
It showed that it was no more beneficial in its result than the use of more conservative methods.
But the follow-up study showed that 60% of those who had been de-patterned still had amnesia for periods of anywhere from 6 months to 10 years. That's quite a memory loss, isn't it?
That is a memory loss. Indeed it is. It's more than desirable.
In retrospect, does Dr. Cameron's experimentation and his treatment appear harsh?
I would say yes. This forceful type of approach that I was describing to you is definitely, it can be said that it's harsh.
Neurophysicist Dr. Jose Delgado was financed by the Office of Naval Research. In this experiment, the bull is sedated. Electrodes are implanted in its brain. Delgado transmits an electronic impulse to the center of the bull's brain. Delgado has remote control of the animal. Recently released CIA documents refer to the feasibility of remote control of animals, and that special investigations will be conducted toward the application of selected elements of these techniques to man.
LSD was isolated by Stoll and Hoffman in a Sandoz pharmaceutical company of Basel, Switzerland. When in 1943, Hoffman became temporarily...
God damn, 1943.
Accidental ingestion of the drug, the door swung wide open for research into the nature of the schizophrenic process, and in a larger sense, into the biochemistry of psychosis. TV's Paul Coates of Confidential File undertook to film a model psychosis in our laboratory in an attempt to impress upon the public, through a case of artificial insanity, that the mentally ill is not inhabited by the devil. The battery of psychological tests compressed into 4 short hours will not be shown here. Our attention will be focused on the experiences of our volunteer subject, Bill. 12 o'clock and we're ready
They just try to kill this nigga.
experiment.
43rd president.
I'm going to give you this cup that contains lysergic
Dallas.
acid 100 microgram. Will you drink it? How did it taste? It had no taste. How did it look? Colorless. Now, would you tell me your name, please? William Millark. 12:17. This is a good time to do the control EEG, so we go next door. In less than 2 hours, LSD will reach its climax. In most subjects, the alpha index drops, and the frequency analyzer will show the gradual emergence of the fast frequency bands. Single light flash will block the alpha waves for at least twice as long a period as it does now. It will modify each time the visual illusions Bill is expected to see as he lies in a dark cage with his eyes closed. Well, you told me not long ago that you were hungry.
What I'm hungry for is not this sort of thing, because I want to feed off of this feeling of joy, which seems to be coming from everything. But somehow I don't seem like I'm myself. I feel as though I'm several other people, and all of them better. and all
Probably
very
make us
benevolent.
go proud.
I mean,
Man. It's probably
even
proud. It's
I feel about that.
about to ride up out of here, y'all, man. Peace
That,
to y'all, man. Hit the like button for your
I'm
brother,
not being
man.